What's up guys? This last week was a pretty tough week. I wasn't really following my setups, and so this upcoming week I'm going to be focusing solely on this particular short setup. It's done me pretty well in the past, and so hopefully it will do me right again. And so if you want to see me implement these strategies live at the open, join us this upcoming Monday at 8:45 a.m. market time. I go over what's moving in pre-market and then day trade my small accounts on TradeNet and Ustock live at the open on stream, as well as go over the big movers during market hours. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to see that, guys. And with all that being said, enjoy this video. So when you're looking at gapping stocks, you want to always judge the extension of the gap before coming up with your trade idea. When I see an extremely extended stock, I have a natural gravitation towards shorting it. The short setups I look for typically happen after a short pop at the open, and I don't want to just jump in right after the first rejection. Usually I like to wait for a bounce after that. Example of that is on PIXY from Friday. You can see this thing gapped up a huge amount all the way up from 220 to its high of pre-market at $5.40. Now it made a decent push at the open going all the way up to 617, but with these short setups I'm looking for, I'm trying to get in after that second failed push. Now in this case it got all the way up to $6.11, but it just couldn't break that 617 point. That shows some definite weakness, and once it broke under this previous low at 530, it ended up washing out for a decent amount of time after that. And again guys, I'm not trying to just jump in right when it's at its high right here at 617. I think that's ultimately too risky, and so a better strategy is to get in after that second failed push. Now again, you can see it went all the way up to $6.12 on its second push, but it just couldn't break the high of the day, and a good entrance that I'm going to be looking for with these setups is right when it breaks under the low of that previous flag, in this case at $5.30. Now you can see it consolidated here but ended up washing out really nicely, eventually breaking under the low of day, and that's ultimately the setup I'm going to be looking for. Okay, so another good example of this is on DPW. On this day, it gapped all the way up from $1 to its high in after hours and pre-market of $3.85. Now, when the open happened, it tried to make a push towards $3.50 and got rejected. You can see it tried to break over $3.50 again here and got rejected with a really big pullback. Now, I want to enter this short right here under this previous low of this flag at about $3.05, and you can see once it eventually broke under that and broke under the whole $1.03, it washed out really nicely, giving you plenty of opportunity to short it. And I'm gonna say this again, I'm not trying to enter it right when it first gets rejected and guess the top of this big push, because that's ultimately too risky. Like I said before, I'm trying to get in after the second validation when it gets rejected again and has this really big pullback after it confirms that it's gonna wash out once it breaks under that previous low. Now another great thing about these setups is that it presents you with a very obvious risk level at the high of the day. Now if it breaks the high of the day and holds, it can start a squeeze and start to push higher and higher, and so once it breaks that area and holds, it's usually my cue to get out of the trade. Remember guys, you really want to be careful anytime a stock breaks over the high of the day. Hype can get behind a stock and start a squeeze on the shorts, and it can start pushing higher and higher, and so you want to set a really safe stop in this case. A good example of that is on LFIN. You can see it gapped up a huge amount, but once it broke over that pre-market high and that previous high of the day, this thing ran all the way up to $26.80, and so you have to be extremely careful with it. But overall, this is a strategy that I'll be looking for this upcoming week. Hopefully I can maintain the discipline to focus strictly on this setup for shorts, and so I don't overtrade like I did last week. Anyways guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you learned a little bit and you can use some of this stuff in the market. If you want to see me implement this strategy live at the open, come check out our stream every weekday morning at 8:45 a.m. market time. I go over what's moving in pre-market and then day trade my small accounts on TradeNet and Ustock live at the open on stream, as well as go over the big movers during market hours. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to see that, guys, and make sure you show your love by liking these videos. With all that being said, good luck in the markets on Monday, and thanks for watching, guys.